And a movie is currently underway to tell the true story of Black Wall Street in Tulsa. Joining us now is the film's producer, Judith James. Ms. James, thanks so much for joining us. This is a bit of a departure from some of your prior work, which many would know, like Mr. Holland's Opus or Quiz Show. Tell us why you felt that this was so important to tell this story of Tulsa's Greenwood neighborhood, and specifically to tell it through the eyes of those who lived there prior to the Tulsa race riots.
Yes, well, I did early on produce a play in New York called In White America. I also produced Having Our Say, the Delaney sisters, on Broadway and on CBS, with the intent that it would get to the most people on television. I've always felt that whether the movie is about something like our teachers who don't get paid and our teachers who we love that make such a difference to ourselves, which was Mr. Holland's Opus. That is, I'm always attracted to trying to see what movies can do, which I do understand. They're very powerful. And that's why this feature film came about for us, for me. The writer turned from a novelist into a screenwriter with terrific abilities he didn't know he had. And it's about and told you, not like a documentary at all, but a feature film with these people as the players in the movie, which is a true movie. Fred's research turned up tremendous interesting things about the self-prosperous town called Greenwood, on Greenwood Avenue, which was also called Black Wall Street. So I couldn't be stopped from doing it, in a sense. And I was backing off the film industry for various reasons. One, I had really done a lot, and that's why I moved to the country, and that's why my Zoom connection gets a little weak. I'm sorry, I couldn't get the good with the bad. But anyway, I am just very determined to get this film up. It's going to tell us so much. It's going to let us move forward. It is a movie that particularly Black kids and white kids need to see, because our history has always been told with a white filter. And we need to stop that and get beyond it. And all these things, for me, as obviously they would, connect through our movie. So I get very moved by this. So
understandably so. So many Americans don't know about what really happened in Tulsa. Why do you think that these stories have been so ignored in the past?
For two very important reasons. The governor of Oklahoma at the time decided not to let the story out. The journalists were kept from disseminating it. And the second reason is we, the whites in positions of journalism and newspapers and then television and radio and then on and on, have a problem seeing Black history. I don't mean a racist problem, though let's not be kidding ourselves. A major part of it is that a Black story is not as important. It doesn't have much to say to us. This has been why these kids went out on the street, and people would say to me, "Did you see how many white people were out protesting?" Yes, I did. I was very happy. And it's very important. We know these things, but we don't honor them. And if we're going to get beyond racism in the vision of our country, which of course we have to, our testament, very, very important for us to realize and go forward. So I really think this way. The movie has heroes in it like you would. There's a J.B. Stratford. He was a businessman. He wore a suit. He did tuck his gun in his pocket all the time because he was no fool. But his town of Greenwood was prosperous and happy and working for white people from the oil industry and bringing their money home. This was what Stratford and another guy, Gurley, who was also a real estate broker at the early times of Greenwood, they knew that if they brought their money home, they would support movie theaters. And as time went, a school, a high school, a hospital, 2 movie theaters, an ice rink.
Let me cut you off just because we're going to run out of time. Judith, I just want to ask you one more because we're going to run out of time, so I apologize for interrupting. But you said it earlier that you believe that the American story has been told through a white filter and that needs to change. How has it changed for you in this moment for this particular movie?
Well, this movie is definitely about the Black citizens of this town fighting back. And they always say it happened on May 31st and June 1. But the attack by the Ku Klux Klan motivated people in the town, the attack on Greenwood was done starting on Saturday, and the Black people there, Stratford, O.B. Mann, a come-home vet from First World War, who had a store there and was mad. And they weren't going to let the white hordes move in and try to take over their town. And they fought them, and they fought a great full day of fighting them off until the airplanes came, which were put in the air by wealthy, white, racist oil field owners and big businesses and everything, and dropped bombs on our people, turpentine bombs. And that's why that whole place, 40 blocks, was destroyed, not because people came and, they came and killed many people in Greenwood, but they burnt down a home here and there. But it was the airplanes that did it. And our guys said, well, we can't win this now. Let's just help everybody get out. And they did. So the town was much less filled on the next morning, which was June 1, which is when this invasion of 7,500.
All right, Miss James, I'm so sorry that we're going to have to cut you off, but we're just out of time. But your wealth of knowledge, and we look forward to seeing the movie. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.